This is a rainforest, right? So it rains all the time. Not so. Even here you get dry spells. So the other great battle is the battle for water. And one of the important winners of this water battle is the beautiful forest orchids.
Oh, looks like orchids. Yep, gotta be orchids. These orchids are the most successful of all epiphytes. And did you know that 1 in 12 flowering plants in the world are orchids? Back in temperate countries, they are mostly terrestrial. But here in the equator, in the rainforests, where the ground below has so little light, these plants have decided that, well, we're going to go live up on trees. And they've developed some really interesting strategies to live here. First and foremost, water. It's almost arid conditions here sometimes in the dry season. But look, they have these thick stems or bulb-like structures. And let me just show you what's inside them. And these are full of moisture. See that? Now that's so valuable when the dry season hits. That storage is going to be used by the plant. Another strategy is to have very waxy leaves, as you can see here. These waxy leaves slow down evaporation and so stops the process of dehydration and won't dry the plant out. And that's the strategy there. And there's one more unique thing about orchids. They have a wonderful, wonderful relationship in their roots. You see these roots? In these roots are homes for fungus. These fungus will convert food for the plant absorbs. So the orchid provides the home for the fungus provide nourishment back for the orchid. It's all a symbiotic relationship here.
A lot of fungi, not all, but a lot, are not epiphytes, but parasites. Beautiful they may be, even a little creepy, but the parasites of the rainforest suck the life out of their poor host. And maybe the most malicious of them all is the vicious little mistletoe.
And this here is nasty plant. This is a true parasite, quite different from an epiphyte. A parasite will also take nutrients out of its host. Now it won't do too much, because it's in its own interest to remain up here and keep the host just about alive. And even though it's taking nutrients out of its host, it still has backup services of these bulbs. And let me just try to get one out here. Just let me show you. Let me break. Look at that splash of water. Let me just show you. Yeah. Yeah. And this water is needed especially during the dry season. Maybe for a month or 2 months. If there's a dry shortage of water, it uses that. I think I'm going to keep this too.
Both the epiphytes and the parasite cause damage to their host trees. The parasite by sucking the nutrients from them, and the epiphytes by blocking sunlight, and by their sheer profusion causing too much weight too high up for the poor host to bear. Now remember, this is a war. And the large forest trees are not going to take all this lying down. They, in turn, have developed their own strategies, defense mechanisms to defend themselves against the marauding epiphytes and parasites.
Well, looky here, a mushroom. This is the fruiting body of a fungi that's inside the outer skin of this tree. Now it's feeding on the dead material. And so that's called a saprophyte. Any organism that's feeding on the dead material of a host tree, that's a saprophyte. Oops, let me show you a nasty tree. We call this the rangas tree. Anytime you come across a tree in a rainforest that gives you a black sap,